Good. Bad. Fine. I mean, they could go Horn of Winter. They can go Horn of Winter Cold Feet here, and then I would do the same. It's good for me. These guys were going to die regardless, and I didn't even know this guy was available until 10 seconds ago, so. Cold Feet? Nah. Alright, we're going to start investing into the thing now. It's fine. Don't care about that. It's aggressive. Alright, well. Is Doomkin even OP, or is it just feels bad? So Doomkin is OP because of relative power level, right? When you play a game in this format, things are quite aggressive, especially so with Druid's ability to ramp. And if they're doing a ramp thing, which comes down after they've already done another ramp thing, and you did not do a ramp thing, it does it kind of 3 times as much because it's also reducing your power level. And that is the oppressive part. Now, that doesn't really come up as often, right? Because sometimes you can just run them over. But they're also reducing the power level of everything else around the format, which makes Druid that much better. And that's where it becomes oppressive. Like, it's that point where everything is getting reduced, but Druid has this thing that, like, swings the game in 2 different directions at once, right? The sad truth is that now, and for quite some time, pretty much everything that has been nerfed could be nerfed, and there's a lot of other things that like probably fit in the same space, right? I think that the real solution is that the rotation needs to be more aggressive towards reducing the power level of things, and that way you have a little bit more breathing room for some of the numbers. But when everything is powerful, then everything has to be that much more extravagant, right? And that's like that's the deal. I think that's the issue that we're having. But that's a very difficult issue to target if you're not actually leading into a rotation, which is weird because we just had a rotation a couple of months ago. But it's alright. Nerf other ramp cards instead of Doomkin. I mean, the question becomes how. Doomkin's the one that creates the bad scenario, right? If you're just ramping and you have nothing to pay off into it, then you could also do it that way. That's something that they typically do. Marin, I think, is a pretty decent target. Marin could say 1 instead of 0. And then you get into like a lot of hypotheticals. New Heights could say 2 instead of 3. Sleep Under the Stars doesn't have to say 5, right? These are all variables that you could lead into. But the format is as people kind of see it, and they don't want to change too many things because it's overwhelming to the casual crowd. Trog seems like it needs a nerf to me too. I think that's I mean, I think that you're right there in the conversation. There's a lot of things that could be nerfed. The question ultimately comes to what their decision of where the format wants to go. There's also a mini set coming out in a couple of weeks, so they probably have something like that in mind which sways their decisions. But we can't know that because we don't know what the cards are. So, but I think the rotation is the answer.